I like it. Kind of digging it despite the writing. Look at him, Robert. Look at the only bastard I couldn't arrest.
Genpai said, who is the artist?
I'm not sure. You know, it's not listed right off because it's usually just the developer that's listed. I'd have to look into it. I'll let you know at some point. I see you don't lack resentment. Ask for professionalism. Well...
Genpai said, yeah, the writing is kind of off.
Yeah. It's like almost amateurish, the writing, but it gets its point across enough, you know. Give me one good reason not to kick your teeth in and throw you out. In solving cases that incompetence like you will never be able to work out, a good enough reason?
Genpai said, yeah, sad face.
Spare me your sarcasm, Foley. Officer, please remove this man from the crime scene. What the hell you mean he's authorized? Damn. I don't know whose ass you've been licking, Foley. But you better watch yourself, because I'll do anything to wipe that stupid
said
smile
maybe
off your
later
face.
on they can improve the writing in their next game.
Yeah, I think it's a newer studio, so they're starting out. And these, you know, these are labors of love sometimes. Like, it's one person, sometimes just writing and doing all the art, and it's a lot of work.
Genpai said, who says that ass licking?
The lady.
Genpai said, yeah.
Yeah, interesting choice of words. But I've heard it before. I'll keep in mind. Oh, wrong accent for him. I'll keep in mind. Now, can you let me get on with my job? Listen to me, you're playing with fire. The case is too much for someone like you. If you value life and that of your girlfriend, leave right now. Goodbye, Foley. I don't know why I gave her like a deep Brooklyn accent, but...
Genpai said, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. That woman should take a very long holiday. Mordred, can you hear me?
Genpai
Oh, sorry, the wrong person.
said XD.
Mordred, can you hear me? Yeah, loud and clear. I'm about to start the investigating. Okay, turn on the remote camera so I'll provide you with constant support while I investigate from my computer. Aqua OS? Don't know what this is. Next generation portable device used for a wide range of purposes. It can project previously uploaded holograms,
Genpai
also giving the opportunity to make
said,
high
is
quality
this like
audio
the future?
and video. Yes, it's 2066, so it's like a couple years in the future, a couple decades. I've already uploaded all the holographic files of the crime scene. Likewise, all the evidence and information you find will be automatically uploaded as data to Aqua OS. Or Aquos? Alright, I'm activating the damn thing. We'll finally discover why they're rushed to clean up. Alright, so...
Genpai said, where is Connor from Cyber Life?
Yeah, where is Connor? I'm the android from Cyberlife. Okay, he doesn't talk like that, but...
Genpai said, we need Connor.
Like, I feel this guy is closer to Norman Jayden in Heavy Rain, because he had the, system to investigate. Whoa, what's going on here?
Genpai said, yeah.
That's not possible. He's back, Mordred. I can't, I must not, I should. Hera, calm down. The nightmare is back. Again. Hera, listen to me. 6 years. Only 6 years. No, stop, please. Damn, what should I do? Forcing her to look will just make things worse. But it would take too long without her. I must decide and fast. Oh. Oh dear. You know, I don't want to put her through that. For now. I'm sorry, Hera. It's for your own sake. You don't deserve to see all this.
Genpai said I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, like, I feel it's a bad path to make her look at that. Not after what you've been through over the past few years. Stop wasting time. Let's shed some light on this mess. Right. Alright. Time to investigate. Okay. Let's go to the bench. A broken bench. Something heavy must have crashed into it. There's also some... There also seems to be some bloodstains. What does this mean? It means somebody got hurt on it. I would assume. Okay. Let's go trash. Did anyone clean this bin up?
Said yeah XD.
Oh, they use bins, so they're either... This is from the UK, maybe? Because, like, bin for trash. And what's this? Ooh, a glove with blood on it. Yes.
Genpai said, oh yeah, the UK.
Other gloves are a symbol of elegance in Nova Polemos, and they are generally worn by people who want to make an impression. A high-quality glove with a big cut tearing it almost in half. There is some dried blood on the sides of the laceration, suggesting a potential connection between this object and the crime.
Genpai said yes, evidence score.
Yes, it's evidence, alright. Obvious blood is obvious. A man's glove with a slash down the middle, soaked in days-old blood. Might it have something to do with the case? Probably. Let's look at this lady. The woman's throat was cut. The police data that Aqua OS collected say that the victim's eyes were surgically removed and were then inserted into her mouth. Damn. Which was then sewn shut to avoid... God, what sort of man are we dealing with? Holy crap, that doesn't sound good. Alright. So her mouth was sewn shut with the eyeballs in it. Oh, okay. That's pretty damn... what you call it? Specific? A heavy lead arrow was lodged into the woman's chest. Considering the impact angle and the weight of the arrow, it's not likely it was fired from a bow. Alright. This leads me to believe that the arrow was started after the victim was killed. Why the hell did he do it? The woman's lower half is covered by some sort of cloth, while the upper part is completely bare. Considering the whole context, it's very likely that the victim was already dead before arriving at Treasury Park. These flowers have been arranged almost ritually. Killer took his time by the looks of it. According to Aqua OS, they are a type of Daphne flower, quite common around these parts. Daphnes. Hera, maybe you're right, he's back. No, I mustn't jump to conclusions. I need to keep investigating. Oh, wait. Want to look at that. Whoops. An ordinary bench. There doesn't seem to be anything interesting. Alright. Okay. I get the feeling there's still something else to investigate. Mustn't miss any detail. Oh yeah, okay. Let's look at the hands. I don't think we looked at those. The arms tied to the tree in a calculated way, giving the illusion of sort of macabre work of art. Same can be said for her hair that has been placed with impeccable precision. A woman tied to a tree with daphne flowers at her feet and an arrow lodged in her chest. That could only mean one thing. The killer wanted to emulate the myth of Apollo and Daphne. Hera? According to one of the most renowned legends of ancient Greece, Apollo, after one of the countless heroics, antagonized Cupid, the god of love. Filled with jealousy, Cupid climbed Mount Parnassus, and from its peak shot 2 arrows. The lead one was destined to repulse love. The gold one would have doomed the victim to a hopeless passion. First arrow hit Daphne, a beautiful nymph. The other was shot straight at Apollo's heart, igniting his love for the creature. Madly obsessed, the sun god started tormenting Daphne, chasing her in the woods. The nymph ran and ran, crying, begging Mother Earth for help. Eventually, the mother took pity on the nymph and turned her into a tree, putting an end to the eager desire from the god. The poor girl demonstrates that not even a divine entity is immune from torment, obsession, or jealousy. Alright. A killer that murders his victims theatrically by recreating ancient myths. There's no doubt, Mordred. The case is identical to the one we investigated 6 years ago. Pandora. Now I understand why that woman said I would accept this case without hesitating. Yet, there's still something we're missing. Pandora always killed in closed, isolated spaces, and always with unprecedented violence. The scene, though, seems like an attempt to recreate something different. What do you mean? It's too soon to draw any conclusions. Especially until we talk to the police. We don't know anything about the suspects or the witness. Besides, I refuse to believe they haven't reached the same conclusion. Now that Freya's not here, I could even have a little chat with her nice colleagues. Alright, let's talk to him. Talk to Robert, I think his name is? Hello again, officer. Mr. Foley. I need to ask you some questions. If you don't mind. Alright, but be quick. Loyalty to the Black Band is not worth my job. Alright, let's ask the important shit. Could you describe the dynamics of the murder? We suspect that Mr. Baker lured the victim with her here with an excuse, and then attacking her with a knife. I think that's a little grammatically incorrect, but it's okay. The victim was somewhat able to react, and before her throat was cut open, she managed to wound the attacker's hand. Probably with the same weapon that later killed her. Was Baker wounded by his own knife? Let's see. Used by the killer at Treasury Park to murder Alicia Hart. Right. That probably goes with the glove. After killing the woman, he removed her eyeballs, placed them in her mouth, and then sewed it up. He then tied the victim to the tree, undressed her, and arranged the flowers and her hair in the way you have already observed. That probably took hours, but as you know, the park is pretty much deserted at night, and the killer knew it too. After completing the work, the killer fled towards the nearest hospital, not knowing he had been seen by the eyewitness. Didn't the eyewitness react to all this? The girl claims to have arrived while the suspect was tying the victim to the tree. Is that all? You arrested a man based on a flimsy reconstruction. Didn't you even consider the blood on the bench? I never said I would tell you everything, Detective. I care about my job. I suspect I will have to reconstruct the whole thing on my own. Alright, talk about Richard Baker. What can you tell me about the suspect? Baker is one of the greatest revolutionaries of our era. I truly believe he's the only one who can save the city from degradation. Great. A black band's groupie in the police force. And he's part of the team that arrested him. The city never ceases to amaze me. I'm talking about his motive and his relationship with the victim, not about his career as champion of justice. We suspect that Baker killed Alicia Hart because she's been blackmailing him for years, given that she was his lover. With elections approaching, he maybe thought that a statement from her to the newspapers could destroy his political and private life. What about the eyewitness? She's the suspect's sister-in-law. And what she's doing at Treasury Park in the middle of the night. Maybe she was following him. We're not sure yet. Officer! What the hell? Freya? Why the hell did you leave your position? I don't have time for your nonsense. Return to your place immediately. Yes, ma'am. What are you waiting for? Hurry up. Oh, are you still here? Good evening, Lieutenant Goldsoul. Look who's here. Fully let you out of the den at last. Actually, it's me who's keeping him on the lead. But don't tell him. It could hurt his feelings. Hope I didn't ruin a nice chit-chat with my subordinate. Not at all. You're the one I wanted to speak to. Me? That's funny. What could I possibly talk about with a bastard like you? Freya hates me, but she's honest and eager for justice. I'm sure she's noticed the same discrepancies. I could find out more by appealing to her pride. It's risky, but I can't see any better solutions. I have reason to believe that your reconstruction of the case is completely different from what happened. What? Now you're a conspiracy theorist, as well as a criminal? You may be a fanatic, but you're not stupid. There's no way you haven't noticed all the discrepancies. What are you talking about? Put your hard feelings aside and start thinking. A case which reminds us alarmingly of Pandora, and an eyewitness appearing from nowhere, just like a miracle. Who's got all the right reasons to hate Baker? Don't you see anything weird going on? Mordred, are you really trying to save that man? Trust me, Hera, it's for our own good. I hope you know what you're doing. So you think you know the truth? Right at the start of the investigation. Maybe. Very well. You tickled my curiosity. Or maybe just my craving to mock your damn arrogance. Go on, explain your theory. Just be careful not to waste your only chance. One single chance. Better check everything before giving me my version of events. Right. Oh, this would be tough. First things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were scrupulously removed after her death. Those were then found inside her mouth, which was then sewed up. Precisely. What's your point? Baker can't be responsible for such vile actions because... I'm not sure here. I'll do enough time, I think. I was supposed to be able to look at the stuff, but it didn't let me. Baker had all the times in the world. The park was empty, and the witness arrived when the victim was being tied to the tree. In that moment, her eyes had already been removed. Damn, I must try again. Okay, yeah, the park was, desolate at night, that's right. Don't give up, Orchard. Think carefully and leave nothing to chance. Can I see my evidence? First things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were scrupulously removed after her death. Then they were found inside her mouth, which was then sewed up. Precisely, what's your point? I think we read that already. Okay. Why can't he be responsible? Skill? Maybe motive? Motive. Well, let's go with motive, because that's very specific. You know, putting eyeballs in mouths. Covering his tracks, but making it look like Pandora's work. It's a perfectly valid motive. I guess I was wrong. Damn, like, it doesn't let me look at the stuff, so... like, he had the skills? I guess? Tell me, Frere, could you remove someone's eyeballs with the same precision as the killer? Oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. It's like surgical. What kind of question is that? Mordred is right. Accurate removal of eyeballs is anything but simple. Only a person with great surgical skills could do it. Mr. Bacon definitely not a surgeon, and I believe he lacks the guts to do such things. Removing eyes and sewing mouths, not an everyday activity, is it? Especially when you're talking about an old politician used to living in luxury. Besides, according to your version, Baker must have been wounded on the hand during the struggle with the victim. A surgical procedure with a wounded hand? Totally unrealistic, if you ask me. I grant that your observation makes sense, yet it's not enough to clear Baker. At the most, this suggests he had an accomplice. An accomplice that the witness claims not to have seen. I understand what you're getting at, but that's not the real discrepancy. What are you talking about? A colleague reports that after removing the eyeballs and sewing up the mouth, after a short struggle during which he wounded his hand, Baker tied the woman to the tree, undressed her, and arranged the flowers in her hair. Seeing that probably took hours. Of something that probably took hours. Do you confirm that this is your official statement? Yeah, exactly. Don't you think this reconstruction lacks crucial detail? I don't get what your point is. The evidence that was completely ignored during the reconstruction is... shit. No. Flowers? Arrow. Let me see. The god of love. Okay. Flowers? What's this? Let's try the glove first. Well, a bench. Let's try that. Are you nuts or what? This evidence doesn't make any sense. Think, Mordred. What evidence did they leave out? The glove, I guess. You know, let's try that. Ah, what? I guess they didn't see that. We just did. We did. My god. Life? I think the way she was killed, maybe. Wow, I'm just batting 1,000. The arrow? The lead arrow. I mean, that didn't seem like the most prominent thing, but I guess, yeah. Precisely. This arrow is fundamental to solving the case. I believe Baker arrived at the crime scene when it had already happened. Why would you assume that? I think the suspect saw the body of his lover and in panic tried first of all to remove the arrow. The victim's throat had been cut. What was the point of removing a lead arrow from the body? Look closely. The head hides the cut on her throat completely, and the blood flowed directly onto the wound inflicted by the arrow. What's that got to do with Baker's innocence? Just think about it. Baker gets here and sees his lover's body. Panics, noting the arrow and the blood flowing from the wound. At that point, he tries pulling the arrows out to save her, maybe yelling at her, hoping that she's still alive. But that's something completely insane. Not if you're gripped by panic. Anyway, your version of the events doesn't make sense either. There were no fingerprints on the arrow. It's impossible that Baker tried to pull it out. Got it all wrong. Baker didn't leave any fingerprint because of this. And that's gotta be the glove. I think the gloves are amazing, don't you? They're discreet and leave no fingerprints. Where the hell did you find that glove? Right here, under the ever-present nose of our infallible police force. You're a damn liar, Foley. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. Don't you truly believe your men had no reason to hide it? How many of them want to see Baker behind bars? How many can you trust? Hiding something so precious in plain sight. It's a classic in this kind of situation. Especially if it was previously arranged. Besides, the cut on the glove demonstrates that actually was a struggle, but it happened in an entirely different way. The suspect was probably attacked from behind while he was trying to pull out the arrow. He turned around instinctively, protecting his face with his hand, being wounded immediately after. At that point, he tried to run away, but he had to stop after a few steps. What makes you so sure? This is the evidence that shows the suspect's escape ended after a few steps. Oh, okay. Let's try this, because the bench... While he was running away, Baker was thrown against the bench, destroying it. Given the state of it, that makes sense. Oh, that was Hera, sorry. I also bet that the blood on the sides of the bench is actually Baker's. How do you explain what happened next? What the... Oh, who's this? I'm not sure. The alleged attacker lets Baker get away? An eyewitness? Or are you telling me that a wounded old man is faster at running than a merciless killer? Who are you? This is Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness of Alicia's murder. Abigail. Abigail is 26. Abigail is a rebellious girl who deeply hates the established system that Nova Polemos has. She is bashful and secretive, probably due to the sorrows she has been carrying around for a long time. I guess she's emo. She was born in a wealthy, old-fashioned family, but as opposed to her sister Anne, Abigail never wanted to submit to her family's rules. Because of this, she was disinherited at the age of 17. Now she depends on her sister's financial resources and has to live with the despised Richard Baker, who she believes to represent every wrong of Nova Polemos. Alright. Just give me a second. You are... What? Is that sit to be not feeling well? Whoa. What's wrong? Looks like you've seen a ghost. The fact that I crushed your creative hypothesis makes you uncomfortable. Quite the contrary, miss. You just opened my eyes. What are you talking about?
Said okay, I'm back again.
Welcome back, Jen. Can you...
Genpai said sorry about that.
That's okay. Can you hear the text to speech? I'm not sure about that.
Genpai said yes I can.
Oh wow. Okay. Very strange. I wish there was a way not to be able to hear that, but I apologize. I will try to get a second screen sometime soon.
Genpai said XD it's all good.
Now, excuse me, I have an important meeting. You'll be hearing from me soon, Freya. Hey, where the hell are you going?
Genpai said so what's happening so far?
Alright, so far we investigated the crime scene to figure out what could have went down and why this guy, Richard Baker, couldn't have done it. And we concluded that he probably found the killer while he was in the midst of performing the ritual here. So he shouldn't be a suspect. Richard Baker should be innocent. Basically that. And this other girl, Abigail, came into the picture. Who's young. She's 17. I forgot who... She's someone's sister.
Genpai
She lives with Richard Baker.
Said oh I see.
What an idiot. And I even listened to him. I hope that's not the end of the demo. I'm enjoying this. I want to play more.